Good afternoon. This is a brief tutorial on using WriQ, which is a Google extension made by TextHelp. Those are the same people that make ReadWrite. What it lets you do is it lets you grade students' writing in Google Docs using a rubric, and it lets you do it pretty quickly as opposed to trying to grade student writing by hand or just kind of looking through it and using a rubric that you've written by hand, all that stuff. So what it looks like basically is after you go through it, you'll have just a ready-to-go grade or ready-to-go grade built in right there. So I'm going to show you how to set it up, make sure you have it installed, get your rubrics put in place, and then actually be able to like use it in classroom and stuff. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have WriQ installed. If you open up the Google Docs document and see this right here, you've got it installed. If you don't see this right here, first thing you should do is click this little puzzle piece and see if it isn't sitting right here. If it is, and you then click it, and it'll show up right there. But if that doesn't show up here in your extensions either, then you're going to want to go to right here, WriQ, and it should say Add to Chrome. If yours says Remove from Chrome, then you probably have it installed. You just have it turned off, and you can fix that by going to Manage Extensions, and then toggling this on right here. Okay, so that's how you make sure that you actually have WriQ installed. How you use WriQ is like this. So if I open this up here, you can see here on this document that I've kind of gone through and graded it, and it gives me all this stuff. But let's go all the way back to the beginning. All right, so when I first open this up, I choose the grade it's in. So for this example, I'll just say grade 8. That's fine. And then the rubric I'm going to grade it by is, excuse me, is by this opinion/argument one. So then WriQ will also automatically go through and do a word count. It will kind of estimate the age, the average age of the vocabulary, the time it took them to write the document, their accuracy, and then it counts up their spelling, punctuation, and grammar errors for you. My one complaint is it doesn't really identify them necessarily, but it does count them for you. So then you can continue to the rubric. And what I like about this is that these rubrics will give you descriptors so that you don't have to keep referencing back to some other document. It's all right here on this, essay that I'm grading. So below grade level, and then it gives me, response, claim, cool. Approaching grade level, above grade level. And this is all a pre-made one from WriQ, this grade 8 opinion argument one. But I'm going to show you how to make your own, and you can make it look just like this too. So I'm going to go through here and just kind of grade on this organization. It's fine. Support, approaching, language, below, whatever. Continue. Okay. So this WriQ score, basically what they have is they have like a huge sample database of people who have used WriQ, and they've calibrated it against themselves basically. And this is an estimation of how good it is compared to other grade 8 documents. It's kind of arbitrary, so you include this if you want to or not. The rubric summary is what you're most interested in. So based on how I graded them, which was focused grade level, organization grade level, support, approaching grade level, language below grade level, then we get a 56, which, cool, whatever. So then I just say save. And now this grade is saved, and I can insert some feedback here, and I can insert this particular document thing into this up here. So I can just say insert, and it'll load it up as a picture. And then when the student comes in to look at it, they can actually get a response and see how they did. So WriQ score, rubric score, then you can give them all this information. And you can also turn some of this off. So if you don't want, if you don't want to include all this information, right, we can take all this off and it'll just give them this. If we want to have them, accuracy, spelling, and punctuation, and grammar, then we can insert that too. You can also leave feedback and stuff for them there. So to actually get into making your own rubrics, what we're going to do is click on that little hamburger thing there, this right up here, to open the menu, and then you want to go to Dashboard. So when you open up your dashboard, it'll show you all the classrooms you have imported, and if you haven't used this before, you probably don't have any. So you're just going to click this and then import, whatever classrooms you want to import You can also change the date range. So right now I have it set to the last 90 days because that's the only way that I get like summaries because I don't have classrooms. But you can set it to whatever date range you want to look at just to get like an overview of your classroom. You can also do the exact same kind of thing with individual students. So you can, again, set your date range. This is my only student who has done anything. Rubrics, though, is where you want to spend the most time. So I have this particular rubric here that I made myself. And if I click into it, then you can see that I've just kind of, made it my own, kind of as I went here. But if you want to make your own, then you just click on Create Rubric. And it gives you, these little bits here that you can then edit and change around. So you can make this be, like sample rubric. Here in the grade section, you can pick literally whatever of these you want to pick. It just changes based on what, it basically narrows down how many options you get when you're in here. And so if I say rescore, consider these like folders, right? So if I have like a whole bunch of, ones that I've made for a whole bunch of different grades, it'll only show me the ones I've tagged for, 8th grade. So then you can add additional columns and additional rows. So if I wanted to, grade them on 2 different points, I could do that here. And this is where you can put in all your descriptors, right? So all my descriptors go here. And then if I come in here, then this is where I actually, can continue to rubric. This is where those little descriptions go. So when you edit this description here, that's where it goes. And those are different rubrics, obviously. But then you put in all your points and stuff, and then you say save. If you want it to be closer to like, your default out of 100, the max points are calculated based on this one over here. So I could change this to 40. And now you can see that the max points you can get over here is 40. So you can change that and change these descriptions and stuff because that's the whole point. That's what makes it easier. And then just say save. You can also share these with other people if you want your whole department grading in a certain way, or if you did one you think would be useful for other people. Just click this and say share, and that's fine. And then you can just copy this and send it to them, and then when they go to that link, it will open up a whole new thing for them and they'll be able to copy it. You can also see text helps rubrics that they've made, and then you can copy these and change them a little bit if you want to. So if you wanted to use like this one is like a a basis for your persuasive essay grading, you just click this, say duplicate, and then make your changes as needed. So how it looks in Classroom is I have this this dummy class here that I've been playing with. He's turned in this assignment here, so when I go to edit it or when I go to grade it, just like anything else, I have my standard Google Classroom window over here, but I also have my WriQ window over here. Now this is a lot of sidebar action happening at the same time, so I'm actually going to click this to hide that classroom panel for a minute. And then I can go in here and I can actually grade this essay. So I can go to, I can choose persuasive, and then continue to rubric. His thesis is grade level, organizations, grade level, grammars, grade level, great, continue. And then if I scroll down, then I have his grade right there, 75 out of 100. Open this back up, 75. Nifty, easy way to save it. So then from right here, you can also insert, you have to, once you save this, you can then insert that feedback right up here, and then you can also return it on Classroom. So you're giving feedback, they're getting help improving their writing, and you're also conveniently grading their stuff all in the same window. So that is how you use WriQ. If you have any questions, just let me know.